Hey Charles, sorry it took me so long to do this tutorial, but it's been such a busy week. Okay, so I'm looking at my website, and obviously you can go to your website and do the same thing. And the first thing that's quite useful to know is if you want to access the admin part of your website, basically the building part, if you type at the top admin and press, you sort of enter after the thing, you get taken to the login screen for the website itself, and I've saved the password in my Google sort of password thing, and then I just click login and I can go straight in. And so that's an important thing to get used to doing. It's just getting used to, getting into your website quite quickly. Um, Once you've done that, hopefully this doesn't take too long to get in, you get to the kind of place where the building of the website happens, and it takes a while to get used to it. It's a little bit overwhelming at first, but over time, certain parts kind of become use certain parts more and more, and just explore them, and then and get to know them. Now, the internet seems very slow, but oh, I see it's called the dashboard. And so, okay, and then you get to this sort of dashboard type face. I don't spend a lot of time looking in the middle here, to be honest. I mean, I don't actually look there a lot. I just look on this side over here, and you'll notice things that I've got here that you don't have, and that's because I've been adding in things called plugins. And I wouldn't necessarily use them straight away. I would progress to them naturally. I might have to delete a few things that I've been trying out. Probably the most important bits are over here, and also at the very top here, you can click New, and if you click New, you can go Post, Media, Page. These things are probably things I've added in. But basically, most of the time I just do that, or I click on Posts, and then if I click on Posts, all posts, and you can see all my various posts here, and you'll also notice that I have categories and I also have tags. Now, this is a little bit confusing. What I and this changed as I've developed more and more of my website. But basically, I use categories, as you can see, to label large pieces of my website or major themes or ideas. So, there's the blog part of the website, I mean, inspiration doesn't get too much time in categories, but we'll see. Teaching mathematics, um, and so these are categories. Some of them might be better used as tags, but basically, categories is a broad theme that gets used reasonably often in your website, and then tags are kind of words associated with those categories or things that you want to kind of group together more informally. It will change over time as you see what you write with, so don't, overthink it initially, and it can be deleted and added and stuff like that. Okay, let's get to the actual building of the websites and widgets and things like, how do you add that in? And to be honest, I haven't done some of this for a while, so you kind of forget, then have to do things again. Um, One of the first things I think you were asking about was menu, and how to get your menu right. So, I mean, if I just go look at my actual website right now, one of the first things I did was I actually didn't go with the default menu, master teacher. I went with the after figuring out that I needed. This is taking a while. After figuring out that I wanted it not to be in alphabetical order, I had to make a custom menu. And so I'll just show you what that means. So, I mean, some of the things you probably want to do is how to build this top menu here, and also how to insert these social media widgets and these types of things on the right, which are also called widgets. And they're quite useful. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get arrange your menu and how to put widgets. I think this is called the top. It classifies the page in terms of areas, and you can insert widgets into those areas. So this is the sort of top of the page. I think this is called the right sidebar, and all of these things are basically just like elements that get dragged in there. And then sometimes, like this part over here, I think I used a little bit of a custom widget to get a photo, but I think there's many ways to do that, and you've already got a photo in there somehow. So yeah, let's go back to the main part here, and let's go to add new. And if I click add new, what does it actually give me? Let's have a look. Um, Oh, that will give me, okay, so I can add a new post. Now you must have figured this out, but basically, if I want to add a new post, I just give it a title here, I start writing, and then I click publish. I can also click Save Draft though if I'm not quite ready to publish. Now, there are some things up here that you'll notice. I've got add a Google file and add advanced iframe. I'll show you those at a later stage. To be honest, they're not essential when you first start, but they're just plugins that I've connected to allow additional functionality. Probably adding media is quite useful. And just to point out, if you know, you've probably figured this out, but you can create your own mini little gallery, a featured image, and you can insert from a URL into your post. And that's often what I do with videos from YouTube is I go insert from URL and I just copy. And then you can see here, this is just a history of all my media items. And if you want to put a media item into a post, it has to be dragged here first. But I think you would have figured that out just by playing. So back to this, when I actually write my article, you can see I have a choice of categories that I can click, and then when the post happens, it automatically falls in that category. Now this is useful for when you are choosing your menu. In your menu items, you can have categories, and then automatically, if that menu has a category, all the stuff that's tagged to that category will appear in that menu item. I know I'm going very fast, but I think you can always watch this a couple of times or just try it out. You'll also notice that I can tag this article, and what I found with tags is it gives you a big freedom to associate many different things. So tags don't fit into a hierarchy. They can kind of just be randomly associated, whereas categories tend to be more hierarchical. And you'll get a feel for that the more you do this. So you don't have to know it all at day one. What I want to look for now is the menus. If you want to manage tags and categories, you can just click here. But let's just see if we can find this pages, media. Let's have a look. Appearance. Ah, here we go. Okay. This is the most important thing for getting the appearance. Now, when you first start, I think it's a good idea to play around with different themes or different, like when I started my website, the nice thing about WordPress is that you can literally import one theme file and it'll change the whole feel of your website. So let's just click on themes, and while we're doing that, I'm also going to go to my favorite place for WordPress A themes, awesome WordPress themes. Now, my website is actually taken from this company, and they actually have a lot of WordPress themes that are free and some that are paid. See if you can find a free one, uh, and all you have to do is download the WordPress theme file and then upload it to your website. So have a look at this website. There's some really great ones. Don't buy these. Don't buy ones. Just look for free ones. Um, but I know I got my theme from them. So just have a look there. Okay, here we go. Themes. So you can see that at the moment I have my theme called Fashionista installed. If I wanted to add a new one, I could just click plus add new theme, and if I've downloaded the file already, I just upload it and it's there. And you can see I could change the theme at any time to any of these other ones if I'd like to. So now that's the themes, very easy. Now, if I want to customize, let's look at this. So click on customize, and again, it's very slow right now, so I'm going to close these other things. Um, Under customize, this is where a lot of the stuff can get done. And in fact, you can even change your theme under this customize menu. But this is where a lot of the stuff will happen. So if we go to general, you'll see that you can, what have you got here? There's not too much. Select image, favicon, upload your logo. So what I would do is I would work through here. Okay, that's just settings really. This sets up how things are displayed. Font, site identity. Oh, this is where you give your site a title and a tagline. Colors. Okay, I wouldn't mess with that because they know what they're doing. Oh, here we go. Menus. Okay, so if it says currently preferred menu, top menu, main menu, that's fine. Add a menu. I think there's another place that deals with menus, not this particular one. Here's widgets. Oh, here we go. Okay. If you want to add widgets, if you look at my sidebar, you can see that this corresponds to my website. So at the top I've got a search bar, then I've got an image widget below it, then I've got the widget for categories, recent posts. So basically the sidebar, if I had to change this, it would change what's on my website. And I can just go click add widget to add whatever widget I like from the choice of widgets available. But it's literally just a matter of choosing a different thing in the sidebar widget. And then in the header widget, you'll notice that I have AT social icons. And inside this, you'll see that I have all the addresses for the social media things I want to show. So literally, all the fancy things on my front page are just widgets that get filled in from here, and you play with the widgets part over here. I think if you want to change your menu, oh, here we go. If you want to go click add a menu, just play around with this and you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly. I'm trying to think if I menu locations. Okay, yeah, current preferred menu, main menu, top menu. Yeah, you just play around in that area. I think I went to menus somewhere else actually when I did it. Sometimes there's more than one way to do it. Let's just click on menus there at the bottom. Here we go. This is what I used. So you'll see that on the menus page, um, I have, let's just see what I have. Menu structure, current preferred menu. You can see the menu settings. I'm pretty certain that I changed something, edit your menu or create a new menu. I think when you start, there's a default menu, and what you need to do is you create a new menu, and then you select that as the menu that you want to be your main menu. So it says here like current preferred menu. I think that's the name I gave it, but I'm not sure. And then in that menu now, you'll see that the home has a custom link, the blog is a category link. You get different types of links in your menu. So some of them, like the blog, is just a category, and that's filled with posts that are tagged to the category. The about one is a page. So you got different types of menus, different types of items in your menu that do different things. You can drag and drop these. This is just going to be inside of the subjects tab. I mean, you'll just play around by common sense here and then click save menu. And that's really it for now. Um, there's additional tools, but I don't use that often. Settings. Okay, these are all just extra um, things I've added. The plugins thing I was talking about is if you want to add a new plugin, you just go to um, basically plugins, I would imagine, and then over here you would just fiddle around with these are just extra little things I've got in here. I'll do a different video for plugins at a later stage. Anyway, I hope that gives you a sense of what's going on behind the scenes, and I know I've gone fast and rambled a bit, but I think just getting a sense of the layout will help you, and then just play around, and then happy to answer any more specific questions you have if that's helpful.